Let's get into our third topic, and this is probably the biggest news in the world right now. And that is the assassination of Ultra United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson, and the search for his killer, which obviously has come to a head today. Allegedly, we don't know for sure. Nobody, from what I can tell, nobody is saying for sure that the person they arrested today has been charged with that particular crime. He has been charged with gun crimes, and they're leaking stories to the press that this is the guy. But anyway, after days of searching through security footage, following up on a deluge of tips, and even sending scuba divers to the bottom of a lake, police on Monday, which was today, announced the arrest of a suspect in the killing of United Healthcare's CEO outside a Midtown Manhattan hotel last week. Is this the right one that I should be reading right now? Let me make sure.
Also, while you look for that, I told you already. So I have one of my best friends. He lives in New York,
Right.
and literally same day, he Snapchatted me. He was like, he said some like big dude in healthcare just got shot across the street,
Wow. So,
like right after it happened. And then he said, like right after that, he said apparently a building right down the road just burned down too.
wow.
It's like that's great.
So there's
But
a,
yeah.
there's a lot to unpack on this. I'm not going to read the whole story because everybody knows what happened. Essentially, the United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson was assassinated. There's no other word for this shit. He was straight up freaking assassinated.
Yeah.
Somebody walked up behind him, shot him in the back, and killed him. And we're gonna look at this from a different angle, and this was one I wasn't sure we wanted to talk about because this is a dangerous thing to talk about. But I thought when we decided to go with the first topic that we discussed tonight about Frankie Valley, that this would be a good follow up to that one because of
Mhm.
public reaction. So we're going to focus on the public reaction to this rather than the actual crime itself. And the public reaction is one of two ways. Either you have people who are just absolutely disgusted that a person can be walked up on in the United States of America and just be unalived in the streets
Mhm.
of the most populated city in the country, and are absolutely disgusted by that behavior. And then B, you have people out there who are essentially laughing at this and making memes and trolling and saying this guy got what he deserved and making healthcare jokes about it and all of that stuff. So, again, we have the weird reactions from the public on that side of things. What do you think, Katie, on this?
Whatever. I don't give a shit how you feel, what you believe, wherever you stand on healthcare. This man was shot and killed. Okay? Like like Valley, I mean, at least he's still alive, but like this man was just going about his regular day, just having a great time and just got shot in the back of the head.
Mm-hmm.
Not the back of the head, but the back. Same shit.
Yeah.
Um I don't understand how anyone. Okay, we all realize everybody's gonna make a meme or two, but when you bring it into like, well, that's what he gets, kind of shit, that is fucked up. And I don't think anyone should be making memes about this anyway. It's someone dying, but like I said, everyone makes their 9/11 jokes, whatever
Mm-hmm.
the hell. But I don't
See,
know. That was also
my wife and
a
I were
long, long
talking
time.
about this. Go ahead, Katie. I'm sorry. I don't want to, if you still have
No,
more.
I was just saying that was a long time ago. This is very, very fresh, and it's an individual person that
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's sad. You got to think about like his family and like everybody around him. Like, and that was like what? A week ago? Not even. Was it? I don't know what day it is. It's Monday.
Well, see,
Anyway,
for me, and I've had this discussion with my wife, there's very little empathy for a man that has caused a lot of people um, to suffer, right?
yeah.
And so when you cause a great number of people to suffer, and those people are going to feel like that person is causing them to suffer wrongly, those people are going to feel that that person is a villain in their story, right?
Yeah.
But to me, there's a difference and a massive gulf of a divide between empathy and celebration, right?
Absolutely.
And I feel like there's a lot of people celebrating the death of this person, right? Now, for me, I will never celebrate the death of another human being, whether I like them, dislike them, hate them, whatever. Even if I despise a person, you will never see me celebrating the death of another human. Okay, that's just who I am. However,
I
go ahead.
agree
Go ahead.
to an extent.
Yeah, I know.
I was gonna say, like, I don't know, you throw Dahmer in there, you throw,
But see, that's the thing. That's the thing, Kadie. Like even those people, right? Dahmer, Charles Manson, Hitler. Like Hitler was the one me and my wife were talking about, right? Those people, I'm so indifferent to them, right? Like they did nothing to me personally.
Yeah.
So none of those people are villains in my story.
Right.
I understand that they are villainous and they are the villain in somebody's story, right? But if they don't affect me, then I can't celebrate that death.
Yeah.
Now that means I have no empathy for that death. I have no sympathy that that person has died because I am indifferent to their story. I don't give a fuck whether or not Brian Thompson is alive or not. It just doesn't matter to me. I mean, I'm not trying to be heartless here. I don't know him. I don't know anybody who does know him. So why does it affect me personally? It doesn't. But that doesn't mean I'm going to celebrate it, right? And that's what I mean by the difference between empathy and celebration. And I don't know how anybody could celebrate that death without having a direct connection to the story and that person being a direct villain in their story. You know what I mean?
And that's the difference, because I said Dahmer, that's the only one. Like, it's not a huge company, and he's the CEO. There's like how many people under him that are actually doing shit? He probably ain't doing much, to be honest.
Well, I mean, again, like every single person below him who's making decisions could absolutely be the villain in somebody's story.
That's what I was saying.
Yeah, and sure, if we talked about it earlier today that I was denied for disability. Now, whoever denied me for disability is a villain in my story, absolutely.
Yeah.
Right? That sucks for me. Like, that person sucks. Like, what the fuck you mean? Like, but that doesn't mean I would celebrate them dying, even though they are a villain in my story. So it's hard for me to make that leap between indifference and celebration, or lack of empathy and celebration. And
I don't understand how anybody could.
So that's my question for you, and that's what I love about having you as a co-host on this show, because we line up different generations so well. You're younger, I'm a little bit older, and so we can talk from our different perspectives. How do you feel as a young person? Because by and large, the memes and the trolling and the toxic behavior in both of these topics tonight, Frankie Valli and now this one, is coming from younger generations for the most part. But you seem to feel the same way that I do about just, celebration is one thing, lack of empathy is another.
Man, this is why first of all, I try not to say my age because usually a lot of people think I'm older.
Right.
2, if people know my age, I will literally say, I'll be like, I'm 21, but I do not associate with my generation.
Mm-hmm.
I say that all the time. And, like, they're not all bad. It's just the motherfuckers that, it's like half and half, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
Like half and half. Maybe my percentage, like 25. Maybe a little more than half and half. But, like, first of all, they say it's how everybody was raised. Everyone gets their own beliefs, their own morals, whatever the fuck. That has something to go into it. And that morals and beliefs have changed a lot over the years. So, I mean, maybe that has something to do with it.
I definitely think morality is definitely declining, for sure. And I think there's a lot of reason for that. I think the pandemic is a major reason for the decline in morality. I think indoctrination is a major reason for the decline in morality. I think just absolute self-righteousness, like never thinking outside of your own sphere, like nobody else
And
matters kind of stuff,
exactly, that's exactly what I was gonna get at.
Yep.
I remember when I saw like the first video of like these prank TikTokers and shit. Some of them are hilarious. Okay, it's fun to fuck with people a little bit, and if you make them laugh, then that's great. But like, there are people out here just fucking wilding out, breaking the law, like breaking. I saw one. This person was like, "I'm gonna break into this person's house and see how long it takes for them to figure it out," kind of shit. I'm like, "Are you insane?"
I saw a video today, Katie. I don't know. This is so funny that you fucking mentioned this because I literally got so mad today. I saw a video today on TikTok, just doing my scrolling. There was this motherfucker in New York City. He's going around RKOing random people. If you don't know what an RKO is, it's a wrestling move where they come up from behind and they grab you by the neck and they bring you to the ground. This motherfucker has a video of himself on TikTok just randomly RKOing people, blind people, disabled people. Like, this shit is funny to an extent until you start going after, like, blind people. And
it's funny hearing about it, just like hearing Eminem's songs.
Right, but what the fuck is this, bro? Like, let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. You come up from behind me, try to RKO my 6'4" obese ass and see what happens to you, bro. I don't care if I'm blind and using fucking 62 crutches. Try it. Like, just fucking try it, bro.
What I try to do, because like you said, this is my generation. I'll watch these stupid ass videos, like, and I'll just sit there, and like a lot of them are like the phone view. So I'm like, I feel like this is me.
Yeah.
I literally like get so invested in things. I can't. Okay, I have to like stay away from certain video games that like horror games. I can't do it, even though I know I would love it so much because I put myself there. Like, I am there, okay? And same thing with these videos. I see this shit, and I'm like, how do people get the, like, audacity to just, like, do this shit?
Yeah.
I can't be somewhere by myself without feeling like people are staring at me and judging me.
Yeah. But people look at these videos and they're like, "Oh, well, that's not real, right? That's all staged." I'm like, "Motherfucker,
no, it's
not, dude. It's not staged. This dude was literally going up to random people in the subway and just fucking dropping them to the ground, bro."
And Jackson likes watching like these people that'll go into like these not haunted places, but like there was this one video where like these three dudes snuck into Chernobyl.
Mm-hmm.
And it's cool watching the videos and seeing all that but you are stupid.
Yeah, that's brilliant. Anyway, back to the original topic with the CEO. This is definitely a symptom of a much higher systemic problem. And a damn problem that doesn't need to exist in an industrialized nation. And that is the fact that... Go ahead.
This one man is not what y'all are fucking mad about.
Right, exactly. And this one man is a minor symptom to the overall problem that we should all fucking have health care in this country. And that's why people think this is funny, and that's why they think this man got what he deserved. Because at the end of the day, we all deserve health care. We all deserve health care. Some dude in an office in New York City should not be deciding whether or not we get a fucking surgery.
At the end of the day, this motherfucker had to go to high school. This motherfucker had to go to college. He had to work his way up to where he got. He's your average damn Joe that just did better. That's what I say about celebrities. I remember somebody asked me during AGT, like, were you nervous to meet them? I'm like, no, they're just successful people.
Right, yeah.
Like, it's just people that were able to succeed at something. Like, that's all it is. Like,
well, unfortunately, shooting somebody in the back because that person's a villain in your story is not gonna fix any kind of systemic bullshit that needs to be fixed. No doubt needs to be fixed. We all should have health care. There shouldn't be Brian Thompsons out there. There should not be CEOs of fucking healthcare companies. That should not exist. That's bullshit. Yeah. And that needs to change, and hopefully it will before we're all dead and buried, because, by God, we're the richest country on the planet, and we're the only industrialized country on the globe that doesn't have universal health care. And that's just bullshit, dude. It's just bullshit. It just is. We should not. Nobody should look. I don't know what the percentages is, but a good amount of this country is living paycheck to paycheck. And it just takes one broken bone or one torn cartilage or one stroke or one heart attack, and you're homeless. And that's the end of it.
Yeah.
That's just the way it is. There's a person in Sulphur Springs, Texas right now whose grandmother, who was his essentially his world, he's 19 years old. His grandmother just died of a stroke, and this man is literally sleeping out in front of the Sulphur Springs Walmart, completely terrified and freezing. And this is a symptom. This is a symptom of the bullshit that we put up with in this country, and hopefully it changes. That's all I'm going to say. Moving on. Do you have anything else on this one, Kadie?
I think honestly, I said what I need to be saying and said what I don't know. I can't word today, but I think you made a lot of good points too.
I agree.
I think honestly, I'll probably be pretty redundant.
Just to wrap
Just
it up
get
from
on
my
the wild
perspective, look, I don't give a flying fuck if Brian Thompson is dead. I don't. He's not part of my story.
I'm probably not going to think about it again after.
Yeah, I'll never remember his name. You know. In fact, the fact that Juan Soto sided with the New York Mets yesterday broke my heart more than some CEO in a fucking.
I didn't even know his name.
Yeah, but yeah, that had a bigger effect on my life than a CEO in New York City passing away. No matter how he passed away. Honestly, like just seeing the reaction is interesting. It's intriguing. Sociology majors out there are gonna be studying this shit forever because, golly, the human race is on the wrong fucking path right now. Yeah. But anyway,